Hey YouTube, Master Tech Mark here. I want to talk a little more about the PDF auto repair manual that I bought for my 2004 Chevy Blazer. And this time I decided to go ahead and drag it onto a thumb drive, and then I'll be able to offer it when I go to sell the vehicle. I'll be able to offer it to the buyer as a nice little bonus. I'm here at the ufixcars.com website, and to go ahead and find a manual, you can hover over the auto repair manuals, and then you can select your vehicle manufacturer from the drop down list, or you can go ahead and click this find your car manual button, and that will go ahead and take you to the different manufacturers. Since we were talking about the Blazer, I clicked on Chevrolet, and they have a lot of manuals in these individual sections, and for the Blazer they have 122. So what I did was I scrolled to the bottom, and I found the year that I was looking for, and I clicked on that, and what that does is it basically narrows down the selection to just your year of vehicle. So I was looking for the complete workshop manual, and we went ahead and clicked on that, and that took us to the TradeBit website where this is available for download. And you can go ahead and preview that manual, and you can also read the description of what's included before you go ahead and purchase and download that manual. If you run into any problems or have any questions, you can go ahead and click on the contact and support button, and you can submit a support request, or you can go ahead and look at the frequently asked questions section, and most of the things that you would probably wonder about are already answered in this section. Now that we have the manual downloaded, we'll go ahead so you can see what the individual pages look like. And as you might expect, you can find generic trouble codes if you have a check engine light come on and you pull a code, but generic trouble codes you can find them anywhere on the internet. But what you get with a vehicle specific service manual is you get a list of the General Motors vehicle specific codes, and you might set a code that is not registered in the generic database, and here you can go ahead and find out what that code means, and then you can go into the service manual and follow the diagnostic tree chart for that individual trouble code. When I downloaded the manual, I wanted to point this out. They had a technical tips section that included a lot of good information. If you're going to service a fuel injector or replace a fuel filter, you need to depressurize the fuel system, and it explains how to do that. Also, if you've ever replaced a water pump or a thermostat on a General Motors vehicle, you know that it's fairly common to get air trapped in the cooling system, and you get an air-bound system, and then the vehicle might overheat. Well, this explains how to burp the air out of the cooling system, and it does the same for the power steering system on how to bleed that. If you replace a high-pressure line or a power steering pump, you wind up getting air trapped in the system, and that foams up the fluid, and the power steering pump will make a terrible noise for quite a while. So that was good information I didn't expect to find in the PDF version of the auto repair manual. I also wanted to point out that in this package that I downloaded, it included the original owner's manual, which this vehicle is about 15 years old, and it didn't have the repair manual, but this was a nice addition. And actually in the index, these are hot clickable links, so you can click on the warning lights and gauges, and it will go ahead and show you a representation of the dashboard and what the individual lights stand for. On this particular Blazer that I bought, the security light was flashing intermittently, and I just scrolled down to the security light section and found out what that flashing light means. It was a malfunction in the pass lock system. So I went ahead and I pulled up that wiring diagram for the anti-theft system, and in my case I had a bad pass lock sensor at the ignition switch. And I wanted to point out this wiring diagram because they provide a lot of good component location information. I didn't know where the body control module was, and they tell you that it's under the dash on the heater case. In some diagnosis, they show you a connector number or even a solder joint location. Here's an example. They say S283, but they don't provide a component location. So in the PDF manuals, they go ahead and provide a component location diagram, including the solder joints and the connector locations. So I looked up S283, and it says it's in the dash harness between the body control module and the radio breakouts. They even tell you that it's 13 centimeters from the body control module breakout. So that really is helpful when you're trying to search down these small connection locations for testing purposes. The other thing I wanted to show you was the blazer that I bought didn't have a sticker on the inside of the fuse block, so I didn't know what the individual relays were. And on the blazer, the starter relay and the AC relay are known for common failures. So I was able to pull up the component location diagram to locate these, the starter and the AC relay. So these PDF manuals include a lot of great information, and I'll go ahead and put a link to the auto repair manual page right below in the description in this video.